President Trump has just announced a full ceasefire, not only between the United States and Iran, but between Israel and Iran, which is the real heart of that war. It's over. The panicans are totally defeated. Some of us, I'm not going to say who, some of us are totally vindicated here. Everyone was losing their mind. This is World War III. Trump isn't allowed to hit the Iranian nuclear sites. He's going to get us dragged into a long regime change war. And actually, that didn't happen. So what just broke earlier today, and we'll talk about this more in the show tomorrow, but what just broke earlier today is that Iran retaliated against the United States by striking bases, primarily in Qatar, but also in Iraq and maybe in Kuwait. It lobbed some missiles. And when I saw this, all the panicans on Twitter were saying, this is it, we're in a full war, this is George Bush 2.0, oh, this is World War III. And I said, hold on. I said, first of all, we need to see where the missiles land. God forbid if they injure an American serviceman, now we're in a different situation, then it's an escalation. But I said, right now what it's looking like is nothing. Right now what it's looking like is Iran is trying to save face. The U.S. just came in, completely obliterated their chief strategic objective, their nuclear program, and they need to save some face, so they're going to put on a fireworks show. I said, I didn't say this publicly. I said publicly, I said all of that. But the thing I said privately was, I wouldn't be surprised if they called the U.S. to get permission beforehand. And then what happens? We find out, according to reporting, Iran called Qatar and back-channeled to the United States to tell them, hey, we're going to hit your bases, so let's minimize casualties. And so they lobbed some missiles. They basically put on a glorified fireworks show. And then that's it. Trump announces, I'll just read it for you right here. I got the Truth Social right here. Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their in-progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, an official end to the 12-day war will be saluted by the world. Notice the branding here. He already brands it, because we have the 6-day war. He could call it the 12-day war, and Trump's the one who ended it. That's how he's viewing this. I'm quite confident. I hate to speak for the president, but that's what I'm seeing here. During each ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful on the assumption that everything works as it should, which it will. I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, on having the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what should be called the 12-day war. He's hitting it again. He's branding right again. Brought to you by the 12-day war, brought to you by Trump. Actually, the end of it brought to you by Trump. This is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel. God bless Iran. God bless the Middle East. God bless the United States of America. God bless the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. We'll get into his takes on the president's takes on some of those missiles earlier as this was unfolding, delightful posts. But this is really what it's about, because the fear for a lot of people was not that we take out the Iranian nuclear program. The vast majority of Americans and the vast majority of Trump's base wanted that. The fear was we don't want to get bogged down in a protracted war. So once Iran had the weak retaliation today, my only concern was, okay, I'm not concerned about the Iranians so much. They have sleeper cells of terrorists. I mean, we have to be on guard for that. But the official response seems to have been kind of weak. My fear was that Israel would not be happy with merely taking out the nuclear sites, but would want to go further for regime change and take out the Ayatollah. So I thought, actually, now what Trump has to do, he's dealt with the Iranians, now he's got to rein in our Israeli friends to make sure they don't keep going further and bog us down even more. The fact that Trump can then announce a ceasefire means, as I predicted earlier, you can check the timestamps on X, that this whole episode may have come to an end. This brief episode of the show that I have to keep showing up for because events keep happening around the world, this has come to an end, but we will have much more on my show tomorrow. See you then.